أنا أخرس. لا 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 يا أنت اللي بدأت. لا يا شاكر شاكر أنت اللي شاكر يا إخوان أنت اللي بدأت. لا يا أنت اللي بدأت يا سامي. لا لا.
Hey guys, this is going to be a short video on the Sunni and the Shiite conflict. I am very curious of why the Middle East is unstable and want to see if the Sunni and the Shiite conflict is a part of the problem. I think it is important to say that I'm continuously researching this subject, and this video is just testing the waters for further videos. I hope you get something out of this video. Let's go back to the very beginning to see the reason for the split in the Islamic practices. This leads us back to the 7th century, where we find the major split in Islam between the majority, the Sunnis, and the minority, the Shiites. After Muhammad's death in 632 AD, the next person to lead the Islamic community, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, who was one of Muhammad's closest companions. Some people in the Islamic community felt that Abu's claim to leadership was not appropriate, and that the title of Caliph, which was the chief Muslim civil and religious ruler, regarded as the successor of Muhammad, was to be passed to Ali ibn Abi Talib. Ali's reason to be the next successor was due to him being Muhammad's cousin, his adopted son, Muhammad's first convert at the age of 9, and Ali was the husband of Muhammad's youngest daughter, Fatimah. What I find interesting is the fact that both opposing groups, that Muhammad specifically chose their supported man for the job. This led to the divide. The supporters of Abu became the Sunnis, and the supporters of Ali became the Shiites. The Caliphate, over time, passed from Abu Bakr to Umar, then Uthman, and then finally passed to Ali. Ali was eventually murdered in 661 AD. He was buried in Najaf, which is known as modern-day Iraq, and which remains a major Shiite holy land. Sunni refers to the Sunnas, or oral traditions and interpretations of the Quran. The Sunnis believe that the Caliph should be elected by the religious leaders of the Islamic community and not be solely dependent on direct ancestry to Muhammad. Shiites from the Shia, which means the party of Ali. The Shiites are mostly found in Iran and Iraq and among the Palestinians. The Shiites consider certain direct descendants of Ali, the Imams, the true inheritors of Muhammad. Ali was the first Imam. Ali's son Hassan was the second, and his third son Hussein was the third. Both Ali's sons were killed in the conflict with the next caliph after Ali, Muawiyah. The ruling of the Imams ended with the 12th Imam, who went in hiding in 940 AD. A lot of the Shiites to this day believe that the 12th Imam will appear sometime in the near future as the Messiah and claim his leadership of the Islamic world. But until then, Ayatollahs are elected to serve as keepers of the faith. Now for the conflict part of things. The Shiite Iran and Sunni Saudi Arabia are rivals for political gain in the Middle East. Both sides seek to link their political goals to the religious interpretations of Muhammad's first true successor. The Sunnis and the Shiites, over the centuries, split themselves into further groups. The Shiites represent only 10 to 15% of the world's 1.5 billion Muslims, and only make up a majority in the Gulf states of Iran, Iraq, and Bahrain. There are around 2 million Shiites that live in Saudi Arabia, but are a minority, easily bullied for their differences. Sunni are not unified, and as a result have split into a great number of different groups. Among the different groups, as well as the Sunnis and Shiites, they all have many similarities. The 5 pillars of Islam, which includes testimony, prayer, fasting, pilgrimage to Mecca, and almsgiving, are almost the same among all values, but vary greatly in their specifics. A big difference between the Sunni and the Shiites' interpretation of Islam are their relationships to power. Throughout the history of the Shiites and the Sunnis, the Shiites have been a discriminated minority that has shaped how the Shiites acted in history as well, revolting against Sunni caliphs, which they considered to be illegitimate. This has played a big role in leading up to this conflict. The Sunnis and the Shiites' centuries-old conflicts has led to Iran primarily supporting non-Sunni groups in the civil wars taking place in Syria and Yemen, while the Saudis have forged alliances with Sunni majority states. This can be seen in this map. The green areas have a Sunni majority, and the blue areas have a Shiite majority. Not all is lost, as there is a silver lining to be seen. If you see beyond the religious propaganda, there are many examples of peace between the Sunni and the Shiites. Both branches have often tried to release the tensions of the religious divides. In 1959, Mohammed, dean of Egypt's Al-Azhar University, acknowledged that Shia practices were equal to those of Sunni Islam. Al-Azhar University is considered to be the most esteemed of all places of Sunni scholarship. That is to say, never underestimate education, as an educated population could be a possible solution to the conflict. In 2005, King Abdullah II of Jordan organized an Islamic conference which brought together Sunni and Shiite scholars. These scholars all agreed that both Islamic branches were therefore Muslim. Here's a quote from the scholars' joint statement. To declare someone as an apostate, non-believer, is neither possible nor permissible. This was later known as the 3 points of the Ahmad message. But sadly this has little effect as preachers in the kingdom continue to declare the Shiites as infidels. Leaders of the Sunni extremist militia, Islamic State, and other Sunni Islamists continue to spread hate as well. Thousands of Shiites, in response, volunteered as mercenaries because they feel that their religion is always under threat. Sadly, Islam has no superior religious authority that could put an end to this conflict, so the fighting will continue to go on until a workable solution emerges. I think it is also important to state there is still a lot more information about the conflict that I haven't mentioned in this video. So if you guys are interested and want a part 2, let me know in the comment section below. So what do you guys think about the Sunni and the Shiite conflict? Is there a foreseeable solution to the problem? Let me know in the comments. In my opinion, I don't see any clear black and white good guy and bad guy in this conflict, but there may be something I'm not yet seeing. As long as a human life is seen lesser than an old religious book, the scenario is going to keep repeating itself over and over again. But I can't see this conflict lasting forever. Then again, the conflict has lasted for more than 1300 years. If there isn't any sudden change, the conflict will last 1300 years more. I just want to stay hopeful though that there will be a solution. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions for me or ideas for future videos, let me know. As always, I'll see you guys in the next video.